Alright. Hello, and welcome back to the Minish cap. Last time, started out the game, making our way to the first dungeon. So, let's do this. Oh, that's right, it's R to lift things. Used to be A or B, but okay. By the way, again, what is it with spider webs in Hyrule? Can't slash through them with the sword. You can't, bomb them. You can't walk through them. What do spiders use to make their webs with in these games? The only way through them is to burn them. Anyways. Speaking of burning, well, gotta light these torches. But you don't get a candle or a lantern for a long time, so you just gonna just step on the switches. And get a small key. Well, from the chest, of course, but... Oh, goody. Here we go with this again. Yeah, they gotta tell you that every single time you get a key throughout the entire game. As if once or twice wasn't enough. Yeah. Just so patronizing. Almost as if it insults your intelligence. Like you're not smart enough to remember after seeing it a couple times. You gotta be reminded every single time. Anyways. I just did, Eslo. Criminy, if you're gonna follow along with me, pay attention, will you please? Of course, to be fair, I guess they intended you to try to open that door without the key, so Eslo's hint would have been useful, but, I mean, come on. You walk up to a locked door in a video game, you're more than likely going to realize, hey, I need a key here. You ain't going to need an Eslo to tell you that much. At least I would hope not. Okay. Can't kill these things yet. At least not till you get the dungeon item. Unless there's a jar in the room, then maybe, but... Okay. Yeah, exactly. Just a normal barrel, just we're so much smaller than normal. So it appears, like I said in the first video, I really like how they use the graphics to show the size perspective difference. As a Minish, you're supposed to be so much smaller than usual, so obviously objects around you would be bigger, just like that barrel. Now we go over to the other side. Ignoring those mushroom enemies for the time being. Because again, right now you can't kill them. And step on this one to complete the puzzle, sort of. Then loop back around. Yeah, that's what we wanted it to do. So we can get to that bottom left corner area. For starters. Ooh. scale this thing back only a little bit. This for actually go with it. Yeah, just enough to get over here for now. Oh yeah, by the way, you probably saw that on screen there, but underneath, just in the upper right corner, underneath all those button using icon, or what buttons do what icons. Heart piece, making this, as far as I know, unless Wind Waker had them, or maybe the first Four Sword game, or the second, either of the two Four Swords games, unless one of those had them, this would be the first time you saw heart pieces in the dungeons. I mean, heart pieces had been a thing in Zelda since A Link to the Past in 1992, but they'd always been in the overworld, between dungeons, before them. You never saw them in the dungeons until now. Again, unless maybe Wind Waker or one of the two Four Swords games did, but I haven't played those. I mean, I did play Wind Waker briefly back when it came out, but even that was 2 decades ago, almost two decades ago now. Come March of next year. Yeah, see how even a common household fly is as big as we are. Damn, we're tiny. Ezlo and me, we. Oh, come on, game. Surprised they don't have tutorials on how to take the game out and put a new one in. Turn the power off, and I mean, I jest with that, but they might as well. They have tutorials for everything else you can possibly imagine. Like they think you're not smart enough to figure anything out on your own. I rest my case. They know you're not, they obviously think you're not smart enough to figure anything out on your own. They even have to tell you that. Again, not just once or twice, but every single time you find a small key throughout the entire frickin' game. I swear these developers think we're all stupid. Okay. Can't get down here from here to get that heart piece. Or down there from here, I should say. Which, to me, I mean, I like how they use the graphics of the game to emphasize the size difference, like I was just saying a couple minutes ago. But this is ridiculous. If they want this to be some kind of impassable barrier, they could at least make it look like one. I mean, these look like just little pebbles on the ground. Not even ankle high from the looks of it here. You could just walk over them and drop down and get that heart piece. I mean, seriously. They did so well at the graphics and the size department, but for this, oh well. I mean, here too, you could just walk over these things from the look of it. Now we got a key, so now we want to go to the upper right corner. You actually use the key. Could go up this way, but at this point it'd be a dead end. Need another small key first, so. Oops. Pulled a little too far. Oh, come on, you're supposed to, Link, you're supposed to go with it. When you let go, there you go. $5. What is it with Zelda games and rock? Oh, never mind. These aren't rocks. Damn. Still, things dropping on my head, or trying to. I mean, I usually make that reference about rocks and the mountainy areas, but still. And of course, I just now realize I've pretty much done that gag with every Zelda game I've done a playthrough of. That one's getting kind of old now. Just, you know, can't help it. Find it ironic that there's always that aspect of every Zelda game, even Breath of the Wild, first time on the way to Goron City. Unless maybe you find some real obscure path that no one else would have thought of to get there, since the game is rather open in its exploration, which is why another reason I love it so much. Virtually, well, very little linearity in that one. Anyways, now up here, could go down here now or wait until later, but you will eventually have to make your way to this room in order to complete this dungeon. Push that over to create that, to get that chest to show up on screen. But that's as far as you can go with that puzzle for now, until you can find another way into this room later. Shut up, Ezelo. Who asked you to talk? Hey, Ezelo, by the way, you ever hear the expression, speak when you're spoken to? Obviously not. Of course, can't get that heart piece yet, obviously, since it's on that upper ledge. Gonna need the dungeon item and a little bit of backtracking to get that heart piece. But for now, just ignore that. Use the key on this door. And yes, there's this door down here, but that'll be, well, you'll see in a couple seconds. Yeah, see, that one's covered over by spider webs. Mini boss. Kind of a take on Moldorm from A Link to the Past and other games. Only here, at least he doesn't knock you off the side of a platform, resetting the battle every time. Moldorm, in and of itself, in A Link to the Past, was easy once you can get past that crap. Of always having to, worry about getting knocked off the side of the platform and starting the battle all over again. Moldorm was that easy without all that. The Gust Jar. Yeah. Like a vacuum cleaner, basically, I guess. Or the other way around, a wind tunnel. Wait a minute, no, not. Yeah. Works both ways. Anyways, go down here to get that heart piece. Now we can kill these things. I mean, technically you could have earlier. Since you have jars in this room, you could have just done that. Alright, now let's clear out some of this dust. Surprising Link doesn't have some allergic reaction to all this dust in the room. Switches to step on. Now, once you find where that, the other blue warp tile like that, you can use that to get up there and get that heart piece. Except for if you never uncover that switch and step on it, then you never do get to that one. Which on my first playthrough I didn't. didn't figure that out until the second playthrough. That there was a switch hidden underneath that dirt or dust or whatever that's supposed to be. I remember thinking, how do I get to that? Oh well, I'll come back to it later. You know, maybe it's like Ocarina of Time with the Deku Tree dungeon in that gold sculpture on the bottom floor. How you had to come back after you got the bombs and the boomerang. Gotta come back after I get some other item later in the game. Only then, then I forgot about it even being there. So yeah, I never did get that heart piece on my first playthrough. Actually, I'll be right back. Okay. Alright. Clear out that. Mysterious shells. Oh, 10 of them. I only need 10 more to get the nobles. Oh, never mind. This isn't Link's Awakening. Besides, they changed that for the Switch version of Link's Awakening anyway. Now it's, I think, 30 or 40 of them. It's no longer called the Noble Sword, but the Koholint Sword. Yeah. But no, in this game, these shells serve a different purpose. Can't do anything with that until after you get the dungeon item from level 2. So yeah, we still got a ways to go before we can use these. I mean, we're not even done with Dungeon 1 yet. And where the heck am I going? I already did that long ago. Oh, can't go that way. Gotta go this way. So now we got the dungeon item. So, use it on this. And then drop down. Oh goody, this part. I don't mind this part for this dungeon since, you know, 2D Zelda gag. You can't swim without flippers. I hate that that's the case, you know, because in the 3D games you don't need them, but I've been over that before too, so it's not, you know, avoiding the same rant repeatedly. Just point being, they have the same gimmick again in one of the later dungeons, but by then you do have the flippers, so yeah, because, you know, the way they get around the fact that you have the flippers and still need to do this for that dungeon is the fact that you can't get out of the water unless you have these little lighter blue, whitish blue, shallow water spots. Otherwise, you can't get out of the water. Yes. Yeah. This part gets a little annoying. Got to use your gust jar as a motor engine. Interesting idea. I gave you that. But, I mean, at least they're very generous with the, when that happens and you get pushed off or fall off, you don't start all the way back by where you started and have to go through the whole thing again. So I guess, at least they were really lenient with the programming there. I mean, this would really suck if you had to go back to the beginning every time you goofed up somehow. I get my cursor off screen there. Wait a minute, that's right. Can't just drop these on there. Okay, back up to full health. Not that it matters, I don't have sword beams yet. I mean, it's always nice to be at full health. But yeah, it's even nicer when you have sword beams at full health. Well, in the first two games, you had it automatically from the start of the game. In Link's Awakening and A Link to the Past, both you did. Link to the Past and Link's Awakening, if you're thinking release order, you did it until you had the level 2 sword, whether it was the Master Sword in Link to the Past or the Koholint Noble Sword in Link's Awakening. Yeah, sword beams at full health. Anyways, yeah, that's how you get that. Could have waited until now to do that little puzzle up there. Oh well. So now we got our key. And luckily that stays there. I mean, I guess it wouldn't be completely impossible. Even, you know, if that puzzle reset there, the gate was closed again, you could just go up that way. So, you know, the dungeon still wouldn't be unclearable, but yeah. Oh, goody. I might have to now. Yeah, I can't get this thing over. Oh, okay, there it goes. Never mind. I was going to say, oh, goody. In my demonstration, I might have just screwed it up. I mean, again, I'm sure that would work. I've never tried that path myself, but I'm sure that you just end up having to fall back down through from the barrel and back down through there, that drop door again. Okay, could have pulled it a little further back than that, I guess. Now we need the gust jar. Now we're back to calling it the big key. Was the boss key in some games, the nightmare key in Link's Awakening. Now it's back to the big key, like a Link to the Past. Oh well. Step on that for shortcut purposes. Now, providing you uncovered the dust around that switch and stepped on it to create that blue portal that's now here. Now we can go back and get that heart piece, which, like I said, I never did get on my first playthrough. Kept thinking it was one of those things you had to come back for later, using dungeon items from later dungeons. And then ended up forgetting about it entirely. So there's the boss door. Here's how we get to it. Well, if you do it right. Use of the gust jar. What? The boss is just a common choo-choo? Oh, phooey, this is going to be easy. Oh, wait a minute, that's right. I forget. With how small we are, this common everyday choo-choo is going to be Godzilla. King Kong choo-choo. This thing is going to be gargantuan at our tiny size. I mean, if a leaf from a tree is bigger than... Yeah. Yep. Again, I love how they use the graphics to show the size difference. The everyday choo-choo that's such a pushover enemy normally is now this monster. Behemoth. But if you hit the right button, that helps. Well, at least I got some damage in there. Didn't totally louse that up. By the way, you got recovery hearts in each of these jars if you need them. Hey, you ever hear the expression, pick on someone your own size? Obviously not. Or how about fair fight? Which kind of lends into picking on someone, picking on someone your own size. Don't you fall on me. You dead. Anyway, so much for the first dungeon. We get our element. And why is the earth element purple? I mean, like Ocarina of Time, the purple one was the shadow medallion. Think the earth element would be green. Huh. Oh well. Heart container. Came in here with just 3. Leave with 5. Cool. Don't get bossy, Eslo. Does his dialogue change? Yep. Wait a minute, how do you know that? What, are we walking around carrying it? See? See what I did? Yeah, dude, I am not a human. I'm a Hylian elf. There is a difference. Read Tolkien or watch the movies. There's a big difference between humans and elves. At least in those movies. Legolas was not human, and Aragorn was not, was not an elf. Yeah. I mean, Hylians are always elves in Zelda games, hence the pointy ears. Duh. Again, how do they know this? News travels fast in video games, I tell you. Even though there was no one there to witness it happening, everybody knows about it somehow. Mount Cornell. So storyline-wise, was that supposed to be like what Death Mountain was called before they started calling it Death Mountain? Since this game prequels most every other game except for Skyward Sword, the only game as of right now, unless they decide to change the timeline again and put out some prequel yet again, like some theories say Tears of the Kingdom might be, but as of right now, October 2022, the only game that predates this amongst the released games is Skyward Sword. I don't know what, I think it was Elden Volcano or Elden Mountain there, so yeah, was this like the precursor and name to Death Mountain? Anyways, Milari. Yeah. Another one of those ARI names that I mentioned in the first video. Okay, that suit he's wearing is a little too big. Either that or this guy has feathers. What are Minish birds? Don't get bossy, Eslo. Wow, even he knows about me. Damn, I'm popular. Another ARI, yeah. Again, I swear they come up with every possible name that could possibly end in those 3 letters, except for Atari. And again, I used to think that was some licensing issue, you know, since Atari, yeah. But, like I said in the last video, clearly remnants of Atari 2600 music there. At least that's what it sounds like to me. Yeah, so I don't know if it's... Anyways. Back to normal. Oh yeah, we want to examine this. Can't do anything with these yet, but you will be able to use them later for fast travel points. Yeah. Shut up, Ezlo. Speak when you're spoken to, which in your case is going to be never. Ever. Could use that to get over there, but at this point there's nothing to do over there yet, so I'll pass on that. More shells that I can't use yet until after the next dungeon, level 2. What's this? Looks like something buried there. Get a shovel. Good way to deal with the P-hats in this game. Instead of waiting until they land, make them land. But yeah, get a shovel. Dig this thing out. Looks like it might be a treasure chest or something. I mean, I know what it is, so don't bother, trying to tell me in the comments. But on a first playthrough, though, you might be thinking, "Hey, I need a shovel here." Oh, that's right. I won't be getting any of those yet. Haven't been through that introduction sequence. Okay, never mind. I was thinking I was going to get at least one or two, maybe if I was extremely lucky, 2 of the game's side collectibles. Well, sort of. But haven't been introduced to that mechanic yet, so they're not going to be there yet. Now we can get back into town. What? Oh, hello. Oh, it's the snot-nosed kid. You still haven't done anything with those sinus issues? Really, dude? How can you stand walking around with that? I'd be running to the bathroom and getting some toilet paper. Anyways. Yeah. Kinstone pieces. That's what I was trying to get in that wooded area just southeast of here. But I forgot we haven't been through this yet, so they ain't gonna be in the game yet. And this Kinstone fusion thing is both optional and required. kinstone pieces come in red, blue, green, several different shapes for each color, and gold ones. The red, the blue, and the green ones are optional, but the gold ones you do have to fuse to open a pathway to the next area of the game. So yeah, it's the kinstone fusion is both optional and required at the same time. And why is he... dude, no. We're friends, that's it. Of course, all potential jokes aside, that heart just means that by kinstone fusing with this guy, it opens up the path to a heart piece. I mean, the first time I played the game, I'm like, what? No, dude, sorry, no. Hurdy-gurdy, man. That's this guy's name. Talk about scraping the bottom of the barrel for name ideas. Almost like calling the hero of Dragon Quest 8 or the hero of Dragon Quest 11. Talk about scraping the bottom of the barrel for name ideas. Only difference is there is some goofy fan thought of those two names. At least Hurdy-Gurdy Man, one of the developers, thought of the game, and it's actually in the game. It's not just in the manga. But anyways, I've gone over that subject many times. I shouldn't have even brought it up again now, but yeah. Okay, so... Okay. Actually... Went outside and picked up a few more rupees by slashing through weeds or bushes, whatever. It's in here, the shop, selling the first of a few wallet upgrades. Right now I max out at 99 rupees, but not anymore. Now I'll max out at 300 rupees, which I'm gonna need to get the next item he'll have in that same spot, the boomerang. Granted, you don't need the boomerang in this game, but I wanted, now that I have the wallet upgrade, I could actually stock up enough rupees to get it eventually. Anyways, there's also this. Clean this up so somebody else can use that as a spot for their sales booth a little later in the game. Can't leave town. They won't let you. I mean, we could leave through the south exit we came in through, but that don't get you anywhere. Can leave out through the east, but again, no, you can't. Imp. Reminds me of Majora's Mask, how in Deku form the guards never let you out of Clock Town unless you had a sword, which as a Deku you wouldn't. You know, I could use this sword to hurt you. So, yeah. Of course, it's kind of weird what they're hinting at here. Usually in Zelda games, you have from the start of the game, well, at least since A Link to the Past, well, then you didn't have it right away. You had it after your uncle gave you your first sword and shield of the game. From that point on, you had it. And ever since then, you had it at the start of the game. Here, you have to talk to these sword tech guys that teach Link his sword techniques. There's several of them throughout the game. Each one has one ability to teach you after certain conditions are met for some of them. Yeah, so basically you usually start the game with the screw attack. Sorry, I'm thinking Metroid. Spin attack. Yeah, I don't think you need the tutorial. Anybody that's ever played a Zelda game, I'm sure knows how to do the spin attack. Yeah. Shut up, dude. Sorry if anybody was trying to read that, but yeah. Again, they get too patronizing with those tutorials. Okay, so now, technically speaking, could leave town and head northwest to the mountains, which is your next destination anyways. Well, first off, I want to do this. Not that it matters right now until I get an item later in the game. Yeah, he still don't let you out. Not that there's anything to do up north yet anyways, so. Now I could go out that way, which again is, in the direction you want to be going to get to the next area anyways. But before I do that, go get some kinstone pieces. I haven't decided. I mean, I'm at least going to try to 100% this game with the kinstone fusions, but I don't think I've ever done that before. I think it came to like 2 fusions, like 97 or 98, 2 or 3 fusions away from the total 100, but these areas can, potentially speaking, be a good place to grind for green ones, which at this point in the game I think are the only ones you're going to get. I don't think you can get the blue or the red ones yet. Alright. Fast forward to a different playthrough. Where I did all that. And grinding for extra kinstone fusions. In the process, also found 300 rupees to max out my wallet and buy the boomerang, which now the shop sells the bomb bag upgrade for 500 or 600 rupees more than I could carry either way. 600. Of course, from what I've heard in the European version of the game, this is not there. Yeah. I don't know why it wouldn't be, but yeah. Coding or something, I don't know, but yeah. Also, oh yeah, wait a minute, back up. Tons of green, yeah, which is alright. The green ones seem to be the most widely used anyways, at least in my experience. Yeah. Took like an hour or 2 hours the day I made this file, just grinding down there in that area by the Minish woods, like I did on screen for a few seconds. I mean, it took a while. I'm not going to pretend it didn't, but primarily because I also wanted to get the rupees for the boomerang too, not just kinstone pieces. If it was just the kinstone pieces, it might not have taken as long, but anyways. Ain't gonna get to that one for a long time yet. Yep, we know. Yep, I get it, like you again. Most people you can only fuse with once. Some people twice, maybe a couple. Oh, don't have the red one. Sorry, dude, you're out of luck. Oh, alright. Oh yeah, speaking of kinstone fusions, I never did go outside. That first fusion we made during the tutorial upon entering the village after the first dungeon. This opened up down here. It was a hard piece. I picked it up the day I made this file. See, I now have one heart piece out of the 4. So, oh, wait a minute. What's this? Oh, can't quite get up there. Need a little extra boost. Oh well. Doesn't look like there's anything up there anyway, so. Let's see, who else will? Possibly these two. Okay, I can do that one. Okay. Oh goody, the golden enemies. That started an Oracle of Seasons. The golden Lionel, the golden Moblin, and Octorok, I think it was. Yeah. Kill all three of them. Kill all 3 of them at certain points in the game and get what I think was the red ring. I want to say as the prize. I think that's how you unlock the red. I don't remember what the prize was, but I remember that side quest mini game because it couldn't be completed until you had access to level 7 Explorer's Crypt in the area around it. Anyways, who else? Can't confuse with Hurdy-Gurdy Boy. Still say that's a rather dumb name for a person, but okay. So you think there was somebody up here? Or not? Oh yeah, there's this. I'll have a lot to say about this when I get to that point in the game. Oh yeah. Many annoyances on my second playthrough regarding this. Yeah. Why do I say second? On my first playthrough, I seemed to figure it out no problem. Second playthrough was so new. But again, more about that when I get to that point in the game and it's no longer spoiler material. For now, I'm trying to think of who else wants to fuse kinstones at this early portion of the game. I know there's checkpoints of certain events within the game that once you pass them, some people that would fuse kinstones with you before now will, and vice versa. Certain ones that would have before ceased to do so. There's a few of those kind of checkpoints along the way. How exactly that works and when I got an idea in between the second and third dungeon is the first one. A certain story event that happens there triggers the first change. So I still got a ways to go for that yet. By the way, if you're not interested in optional fusions, you might want to skip the rest of this video. That's pretty much what I'm going to be doing for the last 10 so minutes. Okay, I'm not going to be able to get in there and get that one for a long time. Yeah, that corner of town is not going to be accessible for a while yet. Luckily, the locations of the fusions you've made, or the prizes from them, do show up on your mini-map there. Otherwise, it'd be very easy to forget all about that one. If you do that fusion to open it this early in the game, not having access to that little corner until so later in the game. Yeah. During that time, it'd be so easy to forget all about that. But yeah, you can just look at your map there and see, oh, wait a minute, what's up there? Anyways, I think that's about it. I mean, he will multiple times, perhaps. The only thing that really bugs me about this whole kinstone fusion process, by the way, is kind of like with the enemies in Oracle of Ages or Seasons. Since the Gasha seed trees and the maple appearances both hinge on how many enemies you killed. They could have had a counter telling you how many somewhere in the sub-menus. Same way with this. There could have been somewhere in the sub-menus telling you how many kinstone fusions you've made. Like on this screen, since this is the screen dedicated to the kinstone pieces, little counter telling you how many fusions you've made so far would have been nice. But no. But they'll sure as hell insult your intelligence by telling you, you found a key. Use it to unlock a door. Every single time you find a key, they'll patronize you and insult your intelligence, telling you things that you should be able to figure out on your own. But yeah, unless you're keeping track, actually keeping track on a piece of paper or something, how are you supposed to know how many fusions you've made when there's 100 of them in possible total? Yeah. Oh well. Still like the game, even though it does have a few flaws in design. See. Oh yeah. Sometimes going into a building, going back out again sometimes resets that. Doesn't this time. Alright, well how about these two here? Yep, okay, he'll fuse again. Can't get up there yet. Well, I might be able to get up there to that area, but the guards won't let you through yet, so... Yeah. Okay, fine. Alright, well let's just move on then. I guess, since I don't think anybody else is going to be fusing kinstones yet. I think that's about it for this early portion of the game, except for that one guy that gave you the kinstone bag in the first place, but I need a red piece to fuse with him, so yep, for now I think that's it. Yep, alright. Well, moving forward, you're going to need 40 or 20 rupees rather to buy an item that you will need, so either grind for the rupees, you know, or if you really hate grinding for rupees that badly, well, there is a way around that grind this time. Over here, you see that in the upper right corner there, that red rupee there. Go pick that up and yeah, there's your 20 rupees. A little bit out of your way, but of course can't do anything with that yet. Can't push this yet, so yeah. That's right, I got it. $20 rupees. Do I have to hurt you again? No, never mind. What kind of a brute am I? Sure, I'll pay your 20 rupees. Yeah, you're gonna need this bottle. I mean, normally Zelda bottles are optional just for fairies or potions, stuff that you'll never need. But this game is a little different, at least for a while. Alright, and that'll do it for this video. See you next time as we make our way to the next dungeon. Bye, and as always, thanks for watching. See ya. Wait a minute, what just fell? What the heck? Oh, okay, that's what that. Alright.